The postpartum hair is postpartuming. No, seriously, look how much it's grown like here, and it's just like this. So that's why I have these little bangs. I tried that. Oh, the chanclas. Okay. Hi.
Hi. Hello, Primas.
Welcome.
We're back.
I'm Clari.
And I'm Kristi.
And this is Dear Primas.
So yeah, let's get into it.
What is your fave of the week?
Fave of the week. Oh, this Amazon outfit.
Oh, yes.
We are here, we've got shorts, so we're not revealing too much. But I needed something to wear to John's golf tournaments.
Love it.
And it's one piece. The only thing I don't like about one pieces is
one piece.
It's a one piece.
Shut the front door.
Yeah,
that's cute.
I got it in 2 different colors. Might be ordering it in 3.
Yeah. What were you saying? The only thing you don't like about one piece is?
Oh, when you go to the restroom. They let it all out.
It's a Lulu dupe.
It's a Lulu dupe.
We love that.
Yeah.
Okay. My favorite of the week was, I'm gonna throw Antonio into it. He started swim lessons. And so that was so fun to see. And it was so cute. So it was 4 little kids. He was the youngest. He's 9 months. And then it was like a 16-month-old.
He was the youngest.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Because they started as little as 4 months there anyway.
Yeah.
And there was like a 16-month-old and like an almost 2-year-old. I think that 2-year-old, he was a professional. I'm like, what are you doing here? It's an intro class. And then, who was the other one? I don't know. But he was the youngest for sure. Okay. That they're all like at least a year old. And but it was all the dads in the pool with them. And so like the little instructor was like, oh, it's a dad class. Like, and Antonio did great. He loved it. He did great in the water. And so he is a water baby. And so that was my favorite. Just, one of the many things to look forward to. Yeah. And even though he's like little right now, my parents could not believe that, because they had them dunk the babies.
Oh, yeah. Because
they do like 1, they say it 2.
Did your parents go to it?
No, but I showed him a video. Oh, yeah. And so it's like 1, 2, 3, down. And then you do it and you keep kind of doing it. Like, not like, give them a little break, but they're naturally supposed to like before, and you're verbalizing it so they can kind of get used to that. And they were like, y'all were just dunking him, and they were like, can't believe it, did he drink water? And I was like, maybe he drinks a little bit, but he's like, they have instincts, and the younger the better they are at those instincts. But so that's my favorite of the week. Swimming lessons.
I'm still waiting for the video, actually. I was
oh yeah, okay. I show you all the things. Yeah.
Share the Primas. Share with the Primas.
Oh, I can insert a little clip if y'all would like.
Yes. Because I want to see his little outfit.
Yeah.
Swim outfit. That's a cute babe. We are going to start silent karaoke. And this is just kind of a little hum.
We're going to try to hum this. So it's like a way to like, just a little fun thing. You try to, we'll try to guess it, and then you guys try to see if y'all can guess it as well, the song that we are humming, and I'll go from there. Yeah, it's your turn.
Ready?
Oh my god. Pero ay, como me duele. Okay, it took me a while to get there. We got there. Nice, you did good.
My humming might have been,
you did good. Did y'all get it before I did? Because maybe I was just trying to keep her going a little longer.
Which I will do it.
No, that was good. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Selena, her birthday.
Oh, I did see that.
I didn't.
But the day after.
No, because it was actually my friend's little daughter's first birthday.
Oh, she did it Selena themed?
No, but I know somebody that did do that. But no, I was like, oh my god, I forgot the day of her actual birthday because we went to her birthday party, and she was like, yeah, girl, it's the same as Selena's birthday. Oh. And I was like, oh man, I didn't see anything like this year. I usually see it on, so I don't know it off the top of my head, and I feel like I see it on social media usually. And she was like, the world's forgetting about her.
No,
I was like, damn, girl, why you gotta
absolutely not.
But in a sense, maybe. I don't know.
Never.
I mean, we won't, but you know, yeah.
We'll make sure.
So shout out, happy belated birthday, Queen of Tejano. Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah. Good job. So what are we gonna get into today?
Let's talk about el amor.
El amor.
El amor. I don't know how to say languages.
You sound linguais. You sound like from what is the Bridesmaids and azul and oh my god, I love that.
El amor.
Los lenguajes del amor. Love languages.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do we want to start it? Do we want to say like, what's your love language?
Well, first let's start with like
what are the love languages?
Acts of service. What are the love languages?
Quality time, physical touch, words of affirmation,
gift giving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's the 5. Mm-hmm. Did you actually? So there's a book.
Yes,
did you read the book?
I think I did. I don't think I completed it in its entirety.
I don't either. I think I actually had like an ebook on my phone. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
I read it, but I don't remember it. It was a long time ago because I think this kind of like came out. When it came out, it was like the rage, like love languages. Yes. That's not my love language, or you know.
Yep.
But it is very important, I think.
Absolutely.
Like understanding it, and I think just because at first you're like, oh, this is a bunch of hoopla, like you know. But then when you really start to think about it, you're like, oh man, no, this is for reals.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into like how do you see it play out day to day type of thing?
Okay, so should we start with what ours are?
Okay, yeah. Let's do that.
So I think you can have more than one. Not saying that all like. I mean, not all. I mean, all 5 are great. Don't get me wrong, but I think I teeter between the line of quality time and words of affirmation, 1,000, like all the way.
Yeah,
those are my. That's the way I like to be loved.
Yeah,
those are my love languages.
I'm for sure quality time, and then I would say my other one might be acts of service. John will say otherwise. He says I'm all of them, but I don't agree. Mm-hmm. I don't need a gift. I just need the trash to be taken out, the certain things to be done without me having to ask. But quality time for sure.
Quality time and acts of service. Quality time and words of affirmation. I need words of affirmation. I just, and not from everybody, just from Adrian, just from my partner.
Yeah. Give me an example of that, because that's John's love language.
Yeah, no, he is. Mm-hmm. It is. Mm-hmm. No, yeah. So actually, now that you're bringing that up, so literally when we're on the phone last night, and we're like, you know, planning stuff, and he's like, "I'm so proud of y'all. Like, y'all are doing great. Like, y'all are killing it." Like, he just says stuff like that, and at first, I'm like, "Is he being sarcastic?"
Yeah.
But he always says stuff like that. He's always like, he compliments you, and I think that's what I would like a little bit more of, because Adrian doesn't at all.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
As much as this man talks, okay, and he talks, but he's not like lovey-dovey verbally.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to say those things.
Yeah.
Like, and sometimes, and if he does, it's like, it has to be intentional, because he knows that I would like it more, and it's a work in progress.
Yeah.
Like, and it's conversations that we have, and sometimes it's breakdowns that I had.
Yeah.
I'm like, you just gotta tell me that I look nice.
Yeah.
Like, or he'll tell me I look nice when I look like caca.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but when I spend time getting ready to go out, I would like you to tell me that
that's whenever
you know? And no. And like, it just doesn't come out.
But I mean, Drake says, chilling with no makeup on. That's when you're the prettiest.
Yeah.
I hope that you don't
That's an example.
Okay,
so
that's a good example.
Okay, so I guess, what are John's love languages? Like you said, his words of affirmation.
For sure.
Okay, well, I guess it's also, sorry.
Oh, yeah. I feel like this could be a lot of different ways. He needs words of affirmation.
Correct.
But you're saying like the way he shows it?
Yeah. I think he shows it like that because he's with words of affirmation.
Yes, but that's not how I want to be shown.
No, correct.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so there's like okay, so
It's
that
so many facets.
so many layers. So we've got the
How are we loved?
how are we
How
loved,
do
how
we
we want.
show
Oh
love?
yes. Oh.
So that's like a thing that I
Oh
was
yeah.
also thinking about. It's like, is the way you want to be loved also the way you show love
Right. Right.
naturally?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I think in a sense, like naturally, like
I was
without
gonna say
knowing what your
yes.
partner needs,
Right.
how do you naturally show? And I think for sure, I think I do try to do words of affirmation, but so he catches on that that's what
That's
I
what you
want,
want. Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
model the behavior.
Oh, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Because I think I show love in probably doing the quality time, or in me, my version of quality time is literally just us in our element, in our home, in doing something together.
Mm-hmm.
But like being intentional about it. So like dinner time.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be an everyday thing because our schedules are so crazy, but like that's the time that I look forward to. Or just having our Sunday morning breakfast.
Yeah.
I don't know. Things like that. But I same thing, model behavior. I try to make sure that those are done because John will finish his dinner in like zero point 0.5
Yeah.
seconds. Oh.
So you think you show love with quality time
Yeah.
and
I think just that. Maybe I need to beat
other
that
ways I
can
do
acts because I'm trying to think of like what service.
Yeah.
Can you think of any? Like, what are some other ways that you can show
I mean,
service? That's not me. My way of thinking whenever I go to access service is like doing the dishes, doing things around the house, just like kind of the invisible tasks that are done on a day. The laundry, which I mean, I do that. That's not go. I'm not. But when John does step in and do that, I'm like, oh, so nice. But I don't need it to be like.
I guess it is hard to thinking about how I show because I know for sure words of affirmation is one that I do, and naturally.
Oh, what about your food? Like
Yes, so I think in a sense that is active service on how I show him is cooking.
Yeah, because you like seeing his reaction whenever
Yeah.
he also
For
eats
sure.
your food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is, I think, in that sense. But I mean, honestly, we do a lot of things either like together, shared tasks,
Yeah,
or
you'll
like
do.
he's trash. He does trash all the time. But he does his own laundry. I do my own laundry, and
Interesting.
Yeah, I do not do his laundry.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and part two is because he's also like, I like my stuff folded this and crisp edges, and but there's times, yeah, it's so weird. There's times where like I'll move it from like the washer to the dryer, but there's times when we both do the towels, like we take turns doing the towels, the couch covers because we have dog. Like
yeah,
there's a lot of shared stuff. But I will say that's how I 1000% he shows love is acts of service and physical touch. Physical touch is like he doesn't verbally communicate, but he'll like that's his other way.
Yeah, that's John's too.
And I think that's how he also would like to be loved as well.
Is that all men?
Probably.
Really?
No, not always like that, but just like a little. But
yeah.
And when I say physical, it's also like not PDA because I think the last another episode we talked about like he's not really affectionate out in the world.
Yeah, yeah.
But acts of service 100% is how he shows I think his love because like he'll wake up and he'll unload the dishwasher or he'll put all the dishes in the sink. Like he does a lot around the house. Yes. To where whenever it's like there's something else that I would like, it's like I'm like, well, dang, he did so much already. But I feel like guilty for thinking like, I still want you to tell me I look pretty.
Yeah, and for sure. And I think this is all learned too, right? So like, and I would also think that each like throwing kids in the mix, I feel like might need a certain different love language, either like met or that comes to the surface that doesn't naturally come, but is now like, oh my God. Like, for example, during the newborn stages, acts of service is something that I was like, said no. Because I do, not all the time do I need a clean house, but I just need it to be like somewhat enjoyable for me to walk around, some sort of order to be there. And obviously, I know that it's a newborn and I know that's not going to happen, but just some sort of like
that you don't have to worry. It's like,
that I don't have to
just
worry
take
about.
one thing off my plate that I'm not having to worry about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, but I did say acts of service was my second language, so maybe that was consistent.
Yeah. And I guess my thing is I appreciate the things that he does.
Yeah.
But that's not. But to me, it's like kind of like thank you, I appreciate it because that's one less thing I have to do. But that's not showing me how I want to be loved. Like, it doesn't mean that I don't appreciate it, and I think that's like a line that's like, that he might receive it if I'm like bringing up something else. Like, I did all of this,
right.
Yeah,
and I think that's where it's hard. So, I think you can have more than one.
Yeah,
you think so too?
I think so too, and I don't always think that.
I think of it like a tank. Like my tank is certain things that I would like to, have filled.
Yeah,
with.
And everyone needs its filling, but it's like like I feel like your number one is what really makes you feel like heard, understood, and loved. Like,
yeah, I will say I also really, really, really feel like our deep conversations that John and I have had have always been like pillow talk type of talks where like the lights are off and we're literally just talking. Nothing is interrupting us because God, we cannot have a conversation without somebody coming in to it, being our kids. But at the end of the night when we're having that pillow talk, and I feel like that is, I go to sleep so like, that felt so good getting deep into whatever conversation we were having. But I love those talks. And I can think about those talks for like weeks. Then I feel like my quality time tank is filled up until maybe 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I try to get Adrian to understand. I'm like, quality, like, yeah, we live together. We both pretty much work from home.
Doesn't like count.
No. We have to be talking.
Yeah.
Involved with one another, sitting here decompressing, watching our show, eating is not quality time.
Not at all. Not at all. I agree.
We're just sitting here. He's like, "What do you mean? We spent all day together?" And I'm like, "No, it's not the same. It needs to be intentional. It needs to be like." And I will say it is hard. And I mean, I can't even imagine now with 3 kids. Like how you say there's so much at all times.
Yeah.
Thankfully, like Antonio's in bed by 7:30 or 8, and so. But I mean, now I'm like finishing dinner. We're eating. We want to watch our show, or sometimes he has his podcast, and it's like it's just go all the time. Yeah. And I'm like, this doesn't count. Yeah, like,
not at all. Well, so maybe this might be a different conversation, but like dating. You know how people say like date your spouse.
Yeah.
When?
Yeah, and I'm just thinking that now. I was thinking that the other day. Like, we haven't gone to dinner, just him and I, since our what month are we in?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And the thought of it sounds good.
No, we took Antonio.
But the thought of it sounds good, and this is what John and I talk about all the time because we're like, okay, if we put a date night on the calendar. The thought sounds good, but then when it comes to that day, do I really want to get ready? Do I really want to get a babysitter? Do I really want to have to like worry about what the kids are going to eat, what the babysitter's going to eat, all of the stuff leading up to it? All of the stuff leading up to it, only to feel like I just want to stay home and be horizontal.
And maybe, I mean, yeah, it's just it's so much harder to get all those things together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there is an element of being intentional that we could do better at. I mean, and even that just means, okay, tonight we're going to eat at the table. Right. We're going to talk. Right. We're not going to be on our phones. We're not going to watch TV.
Yeah.
It could be a lot more simple.
Yeah. It really could.
So what are y'all's opinions, I guess, on love languages? Do y'all show love the way that you want to be loved?
Yeah.
How understand your partner's love language? Was it a conversation that y'all had to have?
Ooh, or when dating.
Oh, yeah.
When dating, like figuring out how to, gosh, I couldn't even imagine right now. But like texting is so, there's no
emotion.
There's nothing.
Not a lot of emotion.
Nothing.
And I do think, at least, or maybe like when y'all are first actually dating, not just dating around, but when you're finally more consistent with one person, I think this is a conversation to have.
Oh,
How
absolutely.
do you want to be loved?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Oh,
and that
yeah.
was something, I mean, that wasn't at the forefront,
Mm-mm.
you know, whenever we got together. I mean, and like I said, we still have these conversations to this day.
Oh, yeah.
And is it going to, I think it's important they're working on it. And I do tell him that too. I'm like, look, just every other thing, I tell him to do something, and he'll really
Yeah.
start making that
Yeah.
change. Words of affirmation has been a work in progress for many years
Yeah.
now.
It's an acknowledgement, and it's being like, okay, I hear you and I'm
Mm-hmm.
validating what you're saying. And then let me like process it and then
That, and then
show.
also, is it like, I think I've come more to terms with saying like,
That's,
this isn't how he shows love,
yes, yes,
and I
yes.
just need to accept it. I need to
Yeah.
accept it, and I need
Well,
to understand that it's coming from a place literally of love, of genuine. He's being
yes.
so genuine, and
Yes.
this is what he knows, and he, not saying that he never compliments me like
No.
that.
Right.
You know, that comes
Right.
when it not as often, I guess, is
Mm-hmm.
my thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I think I have come more to terms in accepting like this is how he shows love, and like that's okay.
I agree. Well, okay. And then I was going to say, what if it's also the way he was shown love? Like growing up,
Oh,
maybe that plays a factor into it. So it's like literally you have to change
That's a
your
good.
mindset into how it's shown because, I mean, I don't know. I
No,
just,
that's deep.
that,
You know, like yeah, we're
as a child growing up, how you are shown love, and then maybe that's something that like you take into consideration. So you were never given those words of affirmation, you were never given that love and affection and like actual quality time, to where that's not your, the way that you show it or that you know how to show it.
yeah, that's true. That is true. That's another layer to think about. How y'all feel about love languages?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it something that y'all have talked about? Is it something you just kind of caught on to naturally? We'd like to know.
And I'd like to know if you actually read it. And maybe maybe all these layers are in there and we were missing that part of the book. But if you did read it and happen to, have a say in that, let us know. But I'd be curious to know what people's love languages are.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
The different ones that we didn't name too. Like,
and
and how.
don't think I don't. I feel like sometimes people are afraid to say
I agree.
Giving
Right.
is superficial, but it's not, because it could be like intention. Like Adrian's a really good gift giver. He thinks about what I need. He gets it. Like he got
Those people
a
are
phone,
so.
and I know a phone is kind of materialistic, but I had an iPhone 8, and like
we were needing.
It can be thoughtful.
Very thoughtful. Yeah.
So don't think it's like materialistic.
Yeah.
Some can, and that's okay.
That's totally.
Right. But
do you, boo boo? Yeah. What are you watching? Yeah.
Okay, so I did start watching a show on Netflix. It's called Unlocked. It's kind of a little controversial right now, but it's a prison experiment.
Oh, yeah. I think I have seen that. Summer one.
Yeah, it's like they were on lockdown 23 hours a day, and now this new sheriff came in, and he's like, you know what, we're going to unlock the doors, and y'all are going to have all the freedom out here.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and because his thought process was being pent up for 23 hours a day, and that 1 hour y'all are out here, of course y'all are going to get into fights.
Right. Chaos is
not like humans. Like literally, the most unhuman thing you can do is be locked in one room for 23 hours. And so he's trying to see if that's going to work or not. A little controversial because some people are like, we're literally watching Prisoner.
Yeah.
I think it's more interesting on the aspect of, is this going to work? Like rehabilitation wise, there's so much research done on prisons and how other countries do it versus how we do it. And so that's how I'm watching it. I was a psychology major, so it interests me a lot. And so I just started, I think like 2 episodes in, and it's pretty interesting.
That's a good one. I was going to, not of what I'm watching, but I was going to recommend a show that I've watched because I was looking at my past things. The Lincoln Lawyer.
Oh,
that was such a good show. I remember binging those 2. I think it's 2 seasons. Oh, so fast. I loved his accent. Did you notice he had an accent? I loved it. But that was a really good one. I liked every episode, the storyline, everything was good.
Yeah,
loved
easy
it.
watch.
Yeah,
loved
very
it
easy watch.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. That's a good one. Netflix.
Yeah.
Not sponsored.
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap this up because we have little children's.
We'll get it going.
Thank y'all again for watching.
Yeah.
like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube if you're watching.
Yeah.
You can follow us on, or they subscribe on, or follow on Spotify.
Follow on Spotify.
Uh-huh. All the things.
All the things.
But we appreciate all the love.
Yeah.
And y'all being here.
Yeah. Thanks, Primas.
Yeah.
We'll talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.